Hello.
Hi, it's February 10th.
Yes,
and
it is.
Look, we have our little handy dandy calendar, and we're here sitting with Savta, our favorite Savta, over our Sunday afternoon. We just finished a Van Gogh puzzle, and we're going to have it glued. And here we are, sitting together, discussing the fascination of Google Translate.
It really is. It's unbelievable for someone who no knowledge at all with the computers.
Well, you learned.
I've learned a little, but that's
When you were in the library, you were able to input
Access
information.
books.
Yes, you
I've
were.
read books that came in and books to send out. That I was able to do.
So what's fascinating, I think, actually, is when we think about your lifetime. When you were a little girl, you had a phone. But did you have a phone in your house?
No.
Where was the phone?
We didn't have a phone.
Where was the phone?
In a candy store.
Right. And if somebody called in the house, they would have to come and get you. Right? So we had electricity. Did we have fridges?
Refrigerators?
Yes.
Not when I was very little.
No.
We had icebox.
You had an ice. So the man delivered ice to put in it?
Right.
And that's and what about cars?
Cars?
Yes.
There were very few in the street.
Did your father ever own a car? No.
You had no need for that.
So how did you get around?
Horses.
Buses, there were enough
There
buses.
were buses.
Oh,
Horses.
certainly there were buses.
There were city buses
And subways.
and subways.
You didn't have any horses.
No
You didn't have a
more.
horse or anything, did you?
I didn't. They had horses.
But you guys didn't have a horse.
No.
It
They
was
were city folk.
delivery of fruits and things like that. That's where the horses came in.
So-
and they, in the snowstorm, the horses went on the sidewalk, not the gutter.
Wow. How did they clean up the city from a snowstorm?
They used to shovel.
People.
Yeah, they
Would-
open up the manhole
They dump it in there.
and dump in there.
Wow. So you had electricity, you had indoor plumbing. How did you heat your oven? How did your oven work? You had gas?
We had, well, it depends where. In Stone Avenue,
Yeah.
we had a stove.
A wood burning stove?
I don't know if it
Coals?
was wood or coal.
Coals.
Coal.
Oh,
Because that's the way our food was cooked
was with coal.
on that oven.
And where did you get the coal from? You would buy it?
The coal had to be bought.
Had to be bought. So, what about heating?
The heating was that,
Was the oven?
the oven.
There was no radiator.
No.
Wow. Were there street lights?
I don't remember, but I think there were already street lights.
Street lights. Were there a lot of bicycles? You don't remember that either.
No, I don't remember it.
How did you get to school?
When I went to school, I walked 2-3 blocks.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And when your mom had to shop, where would she shop?
In a grocery.
And how would you carry the bags of
Carried it.
in bags? Paper.
Bag.
No plastic.
No.
Plastic, I don't think, was even
came
around
later.
when
That
I was
It
a
wasn't
kid.
invented
That
yet.
came
Correct.
later.
Plastic wasn't even anything.
Right, it came
Wow.
much later.
And no planes.
Lanes, the Wright brothers weren't even born yet.
No, I'm just thinking about all the extraordinary events in technology and that developed from the time you were a kid, you know, to television. Was there television?
Television and the cars.
Cars, television. Were there radios?
Yes.
You had a radio when you were
I
a
had
kid?
a radio. We had a radio in our house.
Wow. So, when you first got married, did you get a car right away?
No, we needed money.
Okay. But there were cars more available. It was more of a common...
We got a brand new car from Flint, Michigan. When I left Flint, Michigan, it's 5 years after I was married, 44, so by 49, we had a car.
What kind? Do you remember?
Studebaker.
It was the only one?
That's the only new one we had.
Yeah. That's funny. And by then, did you have a phone in your house?
No.
No. Still not.
We didn't need it.
Really? So how did you keep in touch with your family?
Mail, writing.
Right. Wow. Well, that's something you kept up with, Anne, even well into the modern technology of the 1970s.
Then we got our phone.
Right.
When we were married and we lived out of town, we were able to get a phone.
But you didn't use it to call your parents so much, or you did?
I guess we used it once in a while. I'm not sure exactly when we got it, but...
And did you have a regular refrigerator when you were...
A small refrigerator, an old one.
Wow. But not with ice?
No, not with ice. It was
a regular refrigerator. So when did you get your first TV set?
When Jackie was 4 years old.
Yes?
That we bought it so she could watch programs.
Wow, that's amazing. So, and the first flight you said was the flight you went on when your father died?
Yes.
From Buffalo to New York?
Yes.
And it was a small propeller plane? I don't know.
Has to have
It
been.
has to have been. And then the first time we flew, did you ever fly with Jackie before me? Because I do remember going to Rochelle's wedding when I was 3.
I don't think it was Jackie. Actually.
No?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Wow. So once you had your first Studebaker, did you have a car all the time? You kept
After that, we had a car.
You kept on having a car.
We had used cars.
Yeah, okay, but whatever.
Yeah.
Wow. So...
The light is in her eyes.
Oh, I'm sorry, from here. What do you think the most important piece of technology or the most amazing... I'm turning this around. Oh, it wasn't this one. This one?
Must be the other one.
So what's the most amazing technology or technological
Yeah, that's it.
invention?
Well, the computer, but this...
Oh, the translate really amazed you?
The picture, even like Jamie calling...
Oh, that you could talk to her at the same time. Yeah, I agree. I think that's kind of amazing. Or that, when did it happen? I wrote her a note and she... Within 2 minutes, the phone beeped, and she had written back to me. And we were having a conversation, 8,000 miles, 12,000 miles away, whatever it is. Right. I think you're right. I think it makes the world very small.
Yes.
It really, it's a fascinating thing. Wow. I agree with you.
This is part Jackie's, also her biography.
Why?
He's recording whatever you're saying. And
Right.
We're give and take.
What do you mean we're give and take?
In a speech, you say, I say, it's
Yes.
give and take.
Right.
What we're talking about. I say something, you say something.
Yeah.
And say it's give and take. It's
Right, we're having a conversation.
Yes.
Right. But that's what...
Tossing a ball back and forth.
Right. But what does that have to do with... Didn't you say Jackie's biography? No? Oh, okay. No. So you're right. This is... we're talking about how interesting life is and how really in your years, I think, were the most unbelievable from like...
Yeah, no, it developed.
Nothing... Right. The development of technology and stuff is just...
Very fair.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And it's continuing at a crazy, crazy pace. All right, well, stay tuned for next week. Say bye.
Bye-bye.